Hello, welcome to the Expat Explorer, your favorite employment podcast in the world.
That's right.
Where we discuss everything employment, from the fact to the myth and everything in between. My name is Mide.
And my name is Aisha.
Today, what we're going to be talking about is not for the faint-hearted. If you know you don't have the mind to listen, you still have to listen.
Because you don't mind us say rubbish.
You have to listen because what we're going to be discussing is everything employers did for you last year, for your end of the year. It's about employee benefit during end of year periods.
Yeah, it's very important.
And we heard the gist. We heard everything that happened last year. And trust me, I know some people... We heard. In fact, some people really shook tables, broke tables, trampled on tables, used those tables that they broke to remodel other designs.
I'm telling you, they did too much.
All right, so like we said, we're going to be discussing employee benefits during end of years. It's good to know that some employers actually raise the bar, and even some countries are actually raising the bar in terms of what they give to employees at every point in time, not even just end of the year. But right now we're going to be focusing on what happens during the end of the year. And so...
Okay, so I wanted to say something. Something is going to happen right now.
What is happening?
Wait. Are you guys ready? Are you sure you're ready?
Well, Aisha, you're
chill. Well, have you actually subscribed? I'm sure this person that is watching this has not subscribed. This is a new year and you're still here. You're still watching us and you're still not subscribed.
This is a new year.
Just subscribe. You don't even need to, you are not even paying to do it.
I'm telling you.
Subscribe. Follow us on our socials. Show us some love. all these things that we are bringing, all these juicy details, all the Odogu companies, all the Lapo companies, all the people that showed workings, all the people that did not show workings. So you'll be writing notes down and say, okay, this is what I'm looking for in 2026. So,
I know, right?
subscribe to our channel. Follow us on social media. So that's how I know I'm a bit dramatic, but I'm trying to change this.
It is important because
I'm not making any promises.
There is nothing we've not spoke about that does not affect you, even as an entrepreneur. I mean, you need to know how to treat your employees and how your employees should treat you, because you're also king. In fact, you are king.
Everyone
is king in the workspace.
Yes.
Anyway, since we're talking about the benefits that was given during the end of the year last year, Aisha, tell us, what did you get? What did your employer give you? Me, I know. But she needs to tell you people.
My employer did wonders. They gave me something huge.
He's saying a huge.
Huge. It's very huge. But I'm not going to say it because it will be too cheap if I just say it like that. You need to go and check my company page to see what they gave us.
Really? When my cousin told me about what they gave her, gosh, I even told her to send pictures because it was too much. It was too loud. And that was what I meant by some employers breaking the table and challenging status quo.
Yeah, right.
And thumbs up to all those employers that are actually being intentional about their employees. Because in the world of today, some employers don't give a hoot. They just believe that it's the end of the year. So the best they can give you is the break.
Yes.
Right?
Some people don't even give the break. Except for the public holidays.
I'm telling you, some people don't also give the public holidays.
Facts.
I remember someone in church telling me how she doesn't actually go for public holidays. The only thing she's entitled to is her annual leave, and that's fine now. That's all. She later had to resign.
That's very wild.
And of course, as HR, I influenced her
because I always advocate for everybody. Like, really, they're not treating you really nicely. I think you should just leave.
yes. And she gives her all. She gives her everything to the business.
Before you use talk and cover this, what did your own employer give you?
Trust me, my employer did a lot. One bebe. My company, they also tried. They tried. They poured water on the floor.
Signs and wonders.
They gave us 13 small.
Come on.
aside from the 13th month, they also did, like an end of the year party.
Yeah.
And during the end of the year party, there are some persons that actually got a plaque for long service award.
Oh, that's nice.
And I know some of them, they were actually being very, how will I put it? They were trying to be funny.
Okay.
And so because they were saying they were still expecting their dollars
Of
because
course.
there was a particular company that trended
Hey,
for what they did for their employees.
I know the company you're talking about. Before I even said, when I saw it, I was shocked. I was like, wow. Okay, no, my employer. I'm just joking. In case you see this is just a joke. It's just a joke. But it was really loud. It was. And it was very impressive. And it's very nice to see. It just shows that Nigeria of before, I really can't say to when I was not in the workspace. But since I've joined the workspace, Nigeria of now is kind of different. It's like everybody's trying to outdo themselves. Because on social media, competing, so on social media, and it's a very good competition to have because obviously it's the employees are enjoying, even if it's like, oh, they are doing high service, like, oh, let people just see us. It's still something. Some people don't even care. It is, and it's very sad because your workers have been working for an entire year.
365 days.
Because in Nigeria,
please don't bullshit
days.
me that it's 261. You cannot work 261 days in Nigeria. You have to earn from, I'm sorry, but earn from other source. Other sources.
Of course,
because there are some companies that don't allow you to do multiple jobs.
True,
They'll tell you it's conflict of interest.
Yeah, correct.
Right? Like my company, you're not allowed to do other stuff. Right?
So this is our podcast. But even that, shut us down.
My dear, we're not making money now. We're making money.
Please, subscribe. We'll make money. We'll be our own bosses.
Right? But really, there are companies that do not allow you to work multiple jobs or do other have other sources of income, and because of that, you're working round the clock.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this to scare people who are interested in the consulting space, but that is like the reality of people in the consulting space. They work round the clock because they're trying to service one client or the other. They work most times, around the clock. And just putting those things together. I didn't even finish, aside from giving us the party, the 13th month, I think we shut down for the year. And that was one.
That's nice.
I mean, employers don't necessarily have to always give money.
Yeah.
You might not always.
Yes.
They always appreciate that thought process.
Effort.
Yes.
Consent.
Telling them,
Even if it's one day.
Telling them that, oh, you've worked this long, you've put in your beat, we want you to recalibrate for the next year to come, right? It also shows that you are thoughtful, it shows that you care, and you are concerned about the well-being, I would say welfareism of your employees, and which is actually a very good way, of putting yourself out as an employer or a brand as well. Yeah. Then during the party, I won a voucher.
Hey, why did you put it in air quotes?
And because it was a big voucher. Leave me alone.
I don't trust. What is this?
Just leave me alone.
Please, I will not leave you. What do you mean?
Okay. So it's good to know that employers this period are intentional.
What I was even saying is in the showing, like, giving something, like you said, it doesn't even always have to be money. There are some companies, like my company, we did end of the year party. They gave gifts, raffle, voucher, rice, oil, like plenty things. But you don't need to give all this. You don't need to do everything, even if it's 5,000 that you give people. Do you know people will appreciate it?
I agree.
Like it will just show, like, okay, these people at least they show care, and it's not about. There are some companies that make like money. They have the funds. They can actually do it. But they don't care enough to do it. There are companies that will be like, it's not necessary.
I think I have two questions for our viewers.
Yeah, I was even like, there was one thing I heard. There was someone, I don't know if I heard it in passing. Maybe somebody was just saying beside me. Like in their company, they said to do end of the year party is the employees that contribute money to throw themselves a party.
Gosh.
I say what?
Gosh.
So me, I will carry myself from the beginning of the year and work for you to the end of the year. You will now come and say my own salary. I should not bring money out of it.
It's
to
even
throw
different,
myself a party.
Actually.
That employer, they are supposed to arrest the person.
Tell them to leave.
Before Uncle, I don't even know who said this. I can't even remember what I told the person. I can't. I just know that I've heard something.
You're
like
allowed to
I'm
resign from that company if that's your company.
That's modern day slavery.
Exactly.
Because what do you mean? So you can't even if it's 200,000 naira party that you throw, even if it's just buy pizza for everybody,
even if it's
like,
a picnic,
even if it's a potluck that everybody
potluck,
brings
bring your
something. It
stuff.
sounds interesting. People can
Yes.
bring drinks, small chops, just to show like union, just to show like, oh, we are together,
Harmony.
harmony and all. Please ask the question. I'm already getting.
I have 2
agitated.
questions for you, our viewers. The first question is, do you think it should be made compulsory in Nigeria that employers pay 13th month? And I need you to put it in the comments because we're about to influence some things. And you don't know. We can go to our president now, sir. We can tell him, Your Excellency, please make it part of our new bill that, 13th month should become a mandatory benefit that employers should give their staff.
Yeah.
And I think it would go a long way because December is no joke.
December is 500 days.
It is that 1,000.
December to 31st of January is like 500 days.
Actually,
it's
because
not
there is village spending.
Yes.
There is oblate spending.
Of course.
There is
ticket is 300k.
Trust me, going to Delta State is about 70-something thousand by land.
By
as of last year. I don't even know how much.
Like 100k. Because every year it keeps going up.
It keeps going up. Right.
So employer, in my own opinion, I drop your own. Let's know.
We just need to know because there are lots of spendings.
In my
that
own
happen.
opinion, I feel like it should be made mandatory because I feel it is actually the least that can be done.
I think we also want to even.
And the good thing about 13th month is you don't need to pay 100%. Some people do 75%. Some people do based on tenure.
I know one company that pays everything. Though.
Some people do it based on tenure. Like, okay, if you spend like maybe 5-6 months below, you get 50%. If you spend above like 1 year or below 1 year, but more than 6 months, you get 75%. If you spend more than 1 year, you get 100%. You can do it that way, or you can even do it like everything base level. Like, okay. Everybody gets their 100%. Everybody
salary.
gets 100%.
The Odogo employers, God have it.
So it's just the effort that you put in it. It's just the care that people want to see. Actually, I think it should be made mandatory. Please, employers don't come and be. Don't come and be dragging me.
Exactly.
I'm saying what I want. If I'm an employer too, I'll do it. So let's.
Sure.
I think it's the least that people can do.
Sure.
Yeah, but let's know your thoughts.
I think the other part is I want to know what you got.
Yeah.
What did you get during your end of year last year? Just put it in the comments. Let us react to it. I know some persons got cars.
Yes.
I know some persons got land properties. I know some persons got hampers.
Yes.
I know some persons got
money.
I mean, even if it's what is it? Secret Santa.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a mere Secret Santa activity that happened
it's
in your
exciting.
office,
just tell us
that spirit.
Yeah.
In fact, December is a period of love. I heard of a company that even during this period where employers were giving cash gifts and all sorts, some employers were actually looking out for those that were coming late to work so that they can deduct from their salary. In this Lagos, I know 2 people still told me that because they came late to work due to the traffic, and so their employer actually marked it and deducted it from their salary.
See, this is a topic for another time anyway.
Actually,
like, deducting you can't deduct people's salary. It's against the law. You can't.
I don't even know what to say to that.
You can't deduct it for any. The only deduction you can do is maybe statutory deduction. Those are the only things you can deduct
exactly.
from. But there's a pay or that they came late. You use other means
against
to
the labor
enforce
law,
it. It's against it. It's because people don't know their rights, but that's a topic for another time.
That's a topic for another day.
That's why you need to keep following. So because we'll also talk about about your rights.
Yes.
So that when your employers are moving
funny.
They are moving funny.
You can
speak up
challenge
for
the
yourself.
status quo.
Exactly. People need to start speaking up, and it's not even funny. I'm so
Yes.
upset. Like, because that employer is actually very wicked.
Sweeney, sorry.
The person is actually very wicked, because in this period that everybody is just in the spirit of giving, everybody is giving, everybody is happy. You are looking out for, and with this Lagos,
I made a major
there's so much traffic. It's
error
not fair.
this period or last year, and because it was the season of Christmas, man, my boss let it go. It just goes
Everybody's
scot-free.
happy. Why are you?
It's the grace
why
of
are you
the season.
wicked? Why do you choose wickedness in this period that
honestly,
everybody's happy?
You're right.
Now, I wanted to talk about the public sector and giving in December, end of year, basically. Like, I don't think I've worked in like public sector. I worked as a contract staff, but I've not worked there like as a full-time employment. So I don't really have the experience of like, okay, what they give. Do you think is the way private sector does it? Like, oh, you give rice, give 13th month, you give this, you give that.
No,
in the public sector?
I don't think so. So what really happens in the public sector is heart-wrenching, because you go to the public sector and you realize that they've been marginalized in so many things, including benefits. Nobody remembers. Did the police officer or the police station in your area, do you think that they were happy during December celebration or during the end of year celebration? Have you ever seen a party thrown by police stations, where they are celebrating Christmas or celebrating something or doing all the specs that you do in your organizations, or even the military? You don't see them doing all those things. They're also human. They also need to feel the
appreciation.
They need to have that spirit or feel the spirit of the season, right? But they don't experience it. And I feel there's just so much we can do as an institution, as a government, as a person. I don't know if the soldiers will be happy to get people, invite them for a get-together or something, or it's not the responsibilities of individuals. The employer should do better by empowering them and making them see reasons, or be deliberate about them seeing themselves as part of the system, of being appreciated, of not being undervalued, because they are giving a lot. And even if we don't see it that way, they are actually, and that is why I'm not trying to support corruption. I mean, that's not to say that corruption is a good thing, but you would see that because they don't get to enjoy so many benefits, they find one way or the other to milk the system and level up to those that are enjoying it. So the only way they can match up to it is by getting the back corners, right? Getting these things through the back corners. I do not appreciate it, but I feel this is the time we need to rise up to the occasion, right? And consider these people during end of the year activities. Involve them. Let them also feel the lightiness, the light in the air. The high spirit of Christmas.
That's so sad. Actually very sad. And most of our parents, most of our parents are retired now, but they worked in the public sector.
Exactly.
I don't think my mom worked with state government. I don't think there has ever been any December that she brings bag of rice.
My parents never did. My parents never did. It's just
I didn't have that experience.
Maybe bonus.
I wouldn't know that, but in terms of maybe fiscal
bonus,
things,
because African parents don't tell us what they earn.
Exactly.
But moving on, some people brought bazooka to a pillow fight.
I know.
Last year, December. I mean, when all employers were giving hampers, some were trying to, just win some cash during a Christmas party or end of year party. Some persons actually gave out huge, humongous amount of money. And this person or this organization is no other but BUA Group.
Wow. They did big things.
I'm telling you, by Abdul Samad, gosh, sir, well done.
Kundus
God
to you,
bless you. And thumbs up to, always being intentional about loyalty, commitment. Everything you stand for is I don't even know what to say. I'm short of words because you've shifted the bar, you've raised the bar, you've created another bar.
The bar is in the heaven.
Nobody's even coming to compete with you again. This man gave 30 billion to about 500 plus employees.
Oh, that's huge.
That is a lot. That is about
a lot.
how many $million?
I'm sure like many people will be that's a lot of money.
That's about 12.5 or 13.5 million dollars. That is a lot of money. That can sustain about 5 generations.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a lot of money.
Actually.
That's actually a lot of money.
It can sustain 5 generations actually. Because if you invest that money properly, that money is going to bring out more monies and it will sustain 5 generations. But at the end of the day, we really appreciate you, sir. You've done so well. You've challenged.
He's not sponsored though. Before you think that I'm praising too much.
Exactly. No, but we really saw it. I mean, giving 1 billion to about 5 people, that's about 200 million per person. Giving 100 million to about 5 people each. Oh. There was 100 million to 5 people each. There was 200 million to 5 people each. There was 20 million. You know, they just spread it like that. And I'm sure those people didn't even expect it. Yeah. Right? And this is not the first time. If it was the first time, I would have said, maybe he was trying to correct something. But even during COVID, he was one of the first employers that increased salaries by 50%. And then there's also been so many other comments about BUA Group and what they are doing for their employees. You know, it is outstanding. It's commendable. You know, it is helping employers to think deeper because employees are watching. You can't just be doing anyhow. Okay, so and that's why we're going to land with these 3 takeaways. Right. One of which is that employees' welfare is not charity. It's not. That you are being intentional, that you are putting things in place to ensure that your employees feel better. You are growing alongside with them or they are growing alongside with you. Right. Does not mean you are being charitable or benevolent or that you are how will I put it now? You are being generous. You are doing them a favor.
Well, maybe you are being generous. In terms of like giving in maybe end of year, especially for things that are not stated in the contract, I feel like the employer is generosity leads the employer to be that, to do what is going out of their way to do something that is not stated in the mutually signed contract. But favor, it's not a favor. You are not doing your employees a favor.
Exactly.
You are being generous if you do it, but it's not a favor to them. You are trying. It's even if you are doing it for yourself because because if you do it and the welfare is good, the employers are going to be the employees are going to be loyal. They will stay more. They will work hard more. So in turn, you are doing it's yourself you are doing a great good.
It's a cycle.
Not them. It's a cycle. So it's life. You scratch your back, I scratch my back. If you don't scratch their back, if your back is scratching you, they will not help you to scratch it. They will not be looking at your business going down the drain.
Right. What a perfect example.
Exactly. Intentional systems outlive good intentions. For companies and countries that create like stable policies, is way more than like just once in a while good intention. Like, okay, I'll do this one this time. I'll do this one next time. But if you create a system that is easy for people to follow, it's easy for, that's why like SOPs and all these things like standard processes are there so that it's easy for you to follow step by step. It's structured in a way that people people know what they're expecting. So that's just part of the takeaway that we should take away.
Yes, and I like what you just said because I know of 2 countries that are very intentional about how the year ends for you, right? An instance is Brazil. In Brazil, it is mandatory for you to actually earn 13th month. So employers in Brazil are required to pay you your 13th month. Also in Austria, they pay 14 salaries in a year. So that is, you're not only entitled to 14 to the 13th month, you're entitled to 14th month salary. And that is mind-blowing because after the whole obli, you need to
water the ground. So you
need to survive in January for salary earners. Our developers cannot relate, but I'm just saying that for salary earners, you need that 14th
14th
month
month
salary.
salary, you need it.
13th month, yes. Use it to go for concert. Use
You need
it
to prepare for
to
the
buy
holidays,
village allowance.
buy
Exactly.
gifts for families and all.
In fact, I really appreciate thoughtful employers. Do you know there are some
Yeah.
employers that have rent assistance programs? They also
there are
have
many
school
things.
fees support systems currently. You know that they pay part of the school fees for their children because they know that in January or more the bill will affect the overall performance.
Oh, exactly. Because if you're thinking of
the
school fees,
employees.
you're thinking of rent. You can't give your all. You can't give your all.
So that brings us to the last point. Employees are watching, right? It is no longer the usual say of this is an employees market where you go to the labor markets. It's the labor that is coming to the market to start, picking, handpick, especially those that are skillful to say that,
I want
do I
this,
really
I don't
want
want
to
this.
work with this employer? And trust me, now if BUA should put out an advert,
People will rush it there.
and if there was someone trying to resign at the end of this year, the
You're
person
like,
will
"Oh, let me
definitely
stay
tear
out."
out the letter.
Yeah, you're very correct. Like, it's just part of like your own employer branding as well.
Yeah.
Because like for companies, like part of what when we did our own December, I told you that one of our videos went viral. Go and check Brit_app. You'll see the video I'm talking about. So you can check like if you see the comments there, like about like 400 or 500 comments. Oh, please, how do I submit my CV? How do I do this? Just because of like, what they see that this employer is doing for their people. Like this thing that you're doing. Me too, I want to be a recipient of this thing that all these people are talking about. So people see, employees see all these things, and it's in your own interest to have a good branding. There are companies where people will talk about online, and people will be like, God forbid, I don't wish it on my enemy.
Sure.
You don't want that kind of vibe because you are going to as an employer, you're doing yourself a disservice because employees can always go to another company and work. You are the owner of your own company. If you don't get good people to work for you, your business is going to suffer.
Exactly.
So think about that. Think of whatever you are doing for your employees as a favor to yourself and to your business. You're not doing them a favor. So let's do better this 2026.
Yeah.
And if one last thing that I'll drop with you, if your employer is not treating you well, resign today. Don't worry, come and meet us. We'll give you a job. And of course, from one explorer to another, be bold,
Be global,
and be you.